Do you know this farm right here? Well, this video I'm gonna showcase how to build the best Armadillo XP farm in Minecraft Bedrock Edition from level 1 to level 3. Starting with level 1 of Armadillo XP farms, and the first thing that you're gonna do is to break 2 blocks in the floor. Now you wanna replace one of the blocks with sand, and now in the other one we're gonna get a zombie. And how you do this is very simple. You just want to surround it with some holder blocks and place another layer on these 2 sides so it looks like this. Now you want to grab a trapdoor and place it right in this position and flick it. Now at night you want to lure a zombie towards the farm, and you just have to jump over the trapdoor, and as you can see the zombie should drop right into the hole, and sooner or later it will also stop bouncing around. And now the next thing that you have to do is to grab an anvil, place it down, take also a name tag, and you want to rename the name tag to whatever you want. I'm gonna go ahead with Zomb, and then you just have to take the name tag and give it to your zombie. By doing this, we ensure that the zombie will never despawn. Also, another thing that you have to do is to place a solid block above its head so that sunlight doesn't hurt it. And then for your convenience, you can wait until it is day again. Now with the sun shining above our head, the next thing that we can do is to remove the holder blocks again. As you can see, your zombie should still be fine and alive. Also, make sure to remove the trapdoor and the anvil because we don't need these 2 blocks any longer. As the next step, what you want to do is to take a composter and place it above the sand right next to the solid block. Into this composter, we now need to get 3 armadillos. Armadillos naturally spawn in savanna and mesa biomes, and also the actual amount of armadillos in this farm completely depends on you. If you want to, you can also start with only 1 armadillo, but more will give you a higher rate. Just make sure not to lag out your game with too many armadillos. Once you got these guys right next to the farm, it is very easy to put them into the composter. Just place a temporary block on top of the solid block right here. And then you have to place a staircase in front of the composter like this. Now, just place some rails on top of the staircase and also in front, and place a minecart in this position. As you can see, the armadillo will hop right into it, and you just have to push the minecart with the armadillo all the way up and make sure it is against the block. Then you can destroy the minecart, and the armadillo should drop right into it. Let's repeat this a second time. So place down your minecart, push the armadillo into the minecart and the minecart all the way up right against the block. Then just remove the minecart and the armadillo should drop right into the composter. And now you just have to do this with as many armadillos as you want to. Now I went with 3, just make sure that you don't have any baby armadillos in this farm, and also you don't need to name tag them because these kind of animals will not despawn. Now that we got all the armadillos in place, the next thing that we're gonna do is to remove all the rails off the minecart track and also the temporary blocks. Then what you wanna do is to place a block of leaves on top of your solid block, and you wanna place glass in these 2 positions and do the same thing at the other side as well, so like this. Let's get to the back side and place your trapdoor in this position and flick it close. Then come to the front side again, place a temporary block in this location and some fence in front, and then you just have to remove the temporary block again, and it looks like this. At this point we can put in the water stream that we need for all the silverfish to be collected in the front side, and this looks like this. Just waterlock the block of leaves, and then you can place a trapdoor on top of the fence and make sure that it opens this way, so to the outside and not the other way around. Then you want to place 2 solid blocks, 1 on top of the leafless block and then 1 in front like this. And next you just have to place 2 more glass blocks in this position, 1 also in this location. And then we're gonna need to activate some redstone action. Place a lever right here, place a redstone comparator behind, click it once so it lights up, then place redstone dust in these 3 locations and also in this position, and our little redstone contraption is set up. Now there's only one thing left to do, and this is to place a trapdoor in this position, and you want to open it and throw 2 tridents against it. Now the actual amount of tridents also depends on your armadillo amount. I recommend to use the formula amount of armadillos, so in my case 3 minus 1, so in this case 2 tridents. This is to make sure that the farm does not lag out the game. Then just destroy this trapdoor, the tridents should drop onto the other trapdoor, and now let's test this redstone system. This should be the trident killer for all the silverfish later, and everything should be working like this, and you should hear the sound of the trident. Now our level 1 Armadillo XP farm is already set up, and in order to use it we will need some splash potions of infestation. How you brew them is very simple. Place down your brewing stand, throw in your water bottles, then you want to throw in some nether wart, and also make sure that the thing has some fuel. Then you want to put in some stone, and finally we finish it off with some gunpowder. This will leave us with the desired splash potions of infestation, and together with a cactus, this will allow us to use the XP farm. In order to use it, what you want to do is to take a cactus and place it on top of the sand underneath of the composter. This should damage the armadillos, but they won't die because they're curled in. Then make sure to activate the trident killer, and once it is activated you can throw a splash potion of infestation against the composter, and this will start the entire farm. As you can see, silverfish will spawn continuously and will get killed by the trident killer. Just to showcase, as you can see, I don't have any levels, but it will get me to level 30 within only seconds of using. This is totally insane. And also, if you realize that the trident killer can't hold up with the amount of armadillos, you will have to throw another trident into it. But this already gives you a good level 1 armadillo XP farm. So let's move on to level 2. For level 2 of Armadillo XP farms, we're gonna need a triple design, and for this one, what you need to do is to dig out 4 blocks like this. Then you want to place sand in all these 3 locations, and again into this position, we now need to get a zombie, and you do this by just surrounding the hole with some blocks of your choice, and also in these 2 locations, grab a trapdoor, place it in this position and flick it. Now wait until it is night and lure a zombie to your farm, jump over the trapdoor and let the zombie drop right into the spot where it belongs. Give the guy a name tag, then place a wall, some leaves and a solid block above its head, and now you can wait until it is day again. Now again we made sure that the zombie doesn't despawn and also is not hurt by this sunlight. And then the next thing that we'll need to do is to remove all the temporary blocks, like this, and also make sure to remove the trapdoor right here. The next thing will be to place composters above the sand at the height of the wall, should be looking something like this, and now we again need to get some armadillos into the composters. As with the single design, I will go with 3 armadillos per composter, giving me a total of 9 armadillos. But the actual amount completely depends on your choice and also your device, because you don't want to lag out your game. Here's the simple procedure to get the armadillos into the composters very quickly. Just place a staircase out of temporary blocks, then you want to place some rails on top of the stair and in front of it, maybe to your next location where you got some armadillos, and then make sure to have a minecart with the armadillo inside on the track. Push the minecart all the way up, right against the leaves block, make sure it is right against the block, and then you just have to remove the minecart and the armadillo should drop right into it. Let's repeat this one more time for showcase. Push it all the way up and remove it, and then the armadillo should drop right into it. Repeat this for all 3 composters with the amount of armadillos that you want, and you will be good to go armadillo-wise. Now that we got all the armadillos in place, the next thing will be to remove all the rails and also the temporary blocks. We don't need them any longer. Then, once you've finished removing all the temporary blocks, what we need to do is to place some more temporary blocks, one on top of each composter. Then, in these 3 locations, so to the outside, we're gonna place some fences, and in the 2 corner blocks, we're gonna place some glass or some solid blocks if you want to. Then you can take out your trapdoors again and place 3 trapdoors in this location, and you also want to flick them, and then you can go ahead and remove the temporary blocks again. Then you can go ahead and waterlog the block of leaves. The water should flow nicely until the edge of the composter. Then you want to take some solid blocks and place them above the entire water stream, giving you the upside down T shape again. Now, as the next step, what we're gonna do is to take some trapdoors, and you want to place one trapdoor on top of each of these fences. You want to do this standing on top of the roof platform, that way the trapdoors will open into this direction, as you can see. Next, we're gonna need to build some little redstone contraption, and in order to do this, you want to go to the back side of the farm, to one of the sides. I choose this side right here, and there you want to place 3 blocks like this, and also one more in this position. Now, you want to place a lever in this location, then a redstone comparator behind, and you want to click it once. Then you want to place 3 redstone dust around, and also 1 redstone dust on top of every of these solid blocks. Let's test the system, so activate the lever, and all the trapdoors should be activated by the redstone contraption. Now, to finish everything off, what you want to do is to place a trapdoor on top of all the other trapdoors, and then you want to flick them as well. What we're gonna do is to throw some tridents against them, and then break the trapdoor so the tridents drop onto the other one. And the amount of tridents again depends on the amount of armadillos that you have. I recommend having the amount of armadillos -1 in tridents, so in this case I have 3 armadillos per composter, so I will need 3 - 1 equals 2 tridents per cell. Very easy, right? Now let's repeat this for the 3rd cell as well. Remove the trapdoor, and we're good to go trident-wise, and this is our trident killers set up. Then just place your cacti underneath of the composters, and you're good to go. You just have to brew yourself some potions of infestation. I've already shown you how to brew them for the single design, so skip to that part of the video if you want to. Now everything is perfectly set up, so let me show you how to use this farm that will give you 3 times the amount of experience as the single design. Now, in order to use the farm, what you want to do is to first of all activate the trident killer. Then you want to take your potion of infestation, you want to aim right at the middle, so this cross section of the wall, and you want to throw the potion of infestation against it. This should give the effect to all 3 armadillo positions. The silverfish will spawn, and as you can see, they will give you an insane amount of experience. And I'm almost at level 30, and right now I crossed the level 30 bar, and I got to level 30 within about 10 seconds, and this is totally insane if you ask me. So now you're probably wondering how to further improve this design, right? So let's move on to level 3. Now for level 3 of Armadillo XP farms and the best design that I want to show you in this video, you'll need a level 2 design, and we're gonna make this fully AFK. That means you can do something else in real life while you have the farm running and giving you tons of experience. And in order to improve this design, we will need all these items right here. What you want to do is to place a block in this position right here, and your dispenser on top of it, looking towards the farm. It should be right at the height of the wall and aligned with it. Then place another block behind the first one. You want to place a piston in this position, and then activate the piston, so it looks like this, and the dispenser is pointing right at the side of the wall. Then what we're gonna do is to place a solid block in this location, and you want to place 2 redstone dust right here and also right there. Then you want to grab some regular pistons and place them in this location and also right here, and there should be 2 blocks in between of those. Then you want to place redstone behind the pistons and some solid blocks right next to the redstone dust, like this. Then you want to place redstone comparators in these 2 locations, pointing outwards. At this point everything is looking like this. Then place a temporary block in this location, place a hopper with the nozzle pointing sideways, remove the solid block or temporary block, and you want to place another hopper that points towards the other one. So now they create a cycle like this. And then the final step will be to place a block of redstone right here, then a lever on top of the other piston like this. You want to flick it, and now go to this hopper right here and throw in 3.5 stack of any item. And every 1.5 minutes these 2 pistons should alternate, so every 3 minutes this dispenser will get a redstone signal. Now let me show you how this farm works in survival mode. What you have to do is to flick this lever right here and then make sure to transfer all the items into the hopper that is far away from the redstone dust. Then the clock is ready to use. Now you want to activate the trident killer and you want to throw some potions of infestation into the dispenser. Make sure it's the splash potion version. The more potions you put into the dispenser, the longer you can use this farm AFK, and if you want to, you can upgrade the entire system by placing some hoppers next to the dispenser and also a chest on top. Put all the potions of infestation into the chest and this will automatically refill the dispenser. Now the only thing that you have to do in order to start this AFK triple armadillo XP farm is to flick this lever. Again, make sure that you have cacti underneath of the composters and your XP farm should be perfectly running. As you can see, again, the amount of experience is totally insane, and if you want to, you can now set up an AFK station and leave your device for some minutes. At this point, I hope this video helped you in your survival world. If it did, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I appreciate every kind of support that I get, and then I hope we'll see us again in the next video. See ya!